miles that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to screw me, but I've been a genius. Caddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now?
Hey, this that Eastside Johnny Big Redemption like. Know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Yeah. Get out the way, get out my way, yeah. Yeah. You either with me or against me though. You either with me or win. Win, 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 win. Yeah. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win. These ops ain't win, 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 win. Start chasing that. Win, 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 win. Yeah. Big J Rock go on 10, 10, 10, 10. Exit at 4. Bring friend, 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 friends. Matt Black 2 dope. Jump in. I win, 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 win. 4-arm tattoos. That's squad, 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 squad. All of them go. Don't try. I walk in room. They eyes wide, wide, wide. Third album come soon. I'm glad y'all gon' die. I ain't chasing after no. I got bigger plans than staying rich. I been tapped in since I was 6. I tap dance all on them. And your diamonds like tap water. That drip way too foggy. These VVS is way awesome. Park CLS for drop to your death without warning. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me though. You either with me or win. Win, 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 win. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win. These ops ain't win, 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 win. Start chasing that. Win, 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 win. You clowns really don't stay outside when I play outside. I put the beats on them like Dre outside. I got the bounce side and LA outside. And if you act bad, I bring the outside. Go and get your money. None of my know some funny. I can tell real by who you're running with. I'm all in the field. Duck hunt. Hit my just the and he was like, boop. Here. Knew just what it was. The whole and gave it back, boop. Yeah. 9/11, no mileage, baby. But no violence, baby. My got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent, baby. I'm all in the win with it. On Deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been crashed 2 times. I limo tinted my new.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. 2 teams more than ready to get this one started. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 48 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like he just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check. 618. 694. Hey, Raider 2.
On play action, it's Carr. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jack Crawford breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a play fake. Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get down. Wide 8. Go cheap.
Off the play fake. Carr. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
12, Jumbo. 24. 734.
Off play action. Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gordon. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He'll get it up the middle, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
694, 734, 734.
Off the play fake. Carr. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Here's Ryan to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Again on 2nd and 10. It's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
29.
Off play action. Carr. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Down. 180. 694.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flushed out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
29. Off the play fake. Carr. They'll roll him out right. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over him. The Falcons going to use another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On second down, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's third down. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 88 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. First down, the run with Lynch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. We now proceed to the start of the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Carr now on first down, rolling to his right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
6-18.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
OP. 694.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Go Chief. 29.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Gun.
Now Ryan on second down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
7:34. Hey, 7:34. 93. Hey. Hey, 7:34.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
29. 29. Hey, 7:34.
They go play action here on 1st down. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Play action. Now it's Carr sliding out of the pocket. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
6:37. Yeah, 98's down. 58-98.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
6:94.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
8:08. 7:34. 6:37.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. They'll buy some time right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Hey, Tuesday. Hey, let's go.
After the interception, here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 40 yards. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll dump it off complete to Lynch. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. 7:34. Now Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way. That hill running right through it. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right? This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body. Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal. It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
Track how G go too fast. I don't need wear no seatbelt. Bad look, got no upgrade. Now she got. How about the range on? Who is little baby? He going in. Man, these old rappers getting boring. They be taking shots, I ignore them. Send them to the hood while I'm touring. Making plays out of town like I'm Jordan. Need to go get your. Walk on my way, I'ma score it. Lamborghini, I don't want no Porsches. I'm on fire, don't touch me, I'm torching. Had the fish on my teeth, I went fortunate. Put the time on my back, I'm a horseman. One more year, I'ma make it a Forbes. They load me in the bay like he 40. I be sitting inside of the Moreland. Ain't no screens attached, keeping it cordless. She keep calling, but I keep ignoring it. Ain't no stopping, I'm keeping it foreign it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go.
I spent the whole M on some clothes. Got a bonus, I sold out the show. Gonna like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that wet on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you. All of these my body, I got paid somebody keep checking my pose. Walking in club with no warning, take care of the money. They swing on the. Water on me like the sunny, I shine when it's sunny, this platinum and rose. Gonna out the street when I go to DC, I'ma see the mall.
Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go.
Crazy different city with some different. I can switch my the same way that I change my clothes. Man, it's crazy. I'm blue and envelope. And you know I'm not lacking. Gotta do it. That's up in traffic. Water on my body. In automatic. I drink water when I'm fasting. Use a hat. I can't have it. Boy, I'm far from average. Better wait your turn, better get it on.
Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another.
Tryna spend the whole M on some clothes. Got a bonus, I sold out the show. Gonna like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that wet on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you.
pulling up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 75 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And there, a post route started out right, caught it in the middle of the field, went into the end zone. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers, okay? The guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it and take it into the end zone. So he needs help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the middle of the field. Whether it's one safety, sometimes you get two guys in there, either run routes at them so they have to cover them, or somehow freeze them by running underneath them and hoping to draw them towards the line of scrimmage and throw it over his head.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, it's Carr. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Going deep here for Bryant. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they got 3rd and short.
White Monday. You're mine. 6-18. White. 24. Come on out here. Go get some. Come on here. Go get some. He don't want it.
So that'll back him up 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. On play action. Now Carr. Hauling it in Nelson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They do go for it. It's Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Purdue.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep here for Bryant. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
6-18. 6-37. We're good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to him back.
Now a play fake. Carr. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
6:37. 8:08.
They'll try and throw for it here. Being chased out left. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And that will force a turnover on downs. On first down, Ryan. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Hey, Tuesday. Gun. Ready to go.
On second down, Ryan steps away to his left. And that's caught inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it. And he got it. Here's Ryan. Buying time to his left. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Get up!
From the gun, it's Ryan. Coleman has it here right side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Let's go.
from the shotgun. Ryan. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Forced out to his left. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jack Crawford able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking deep downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Martavis Bryant, 36 yards. And the Raiders are back within a score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
25. 21.
Now Ryan on 1st down. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Looking deep for Julio. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Dancing to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Bosher now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score. At least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he bowls him over. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because, for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now we won't see play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Get set, get set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
6-18. Later 2.
On first down, Carr flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, get set, bro. Hey, 7:34. Hey, Raider 2.
They go play action here on first down. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
7:34. Hey, 24. OP.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Carr now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10.
93. 7:34.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr letting one go deep for the ends. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Carlson now to kick this one away. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 75 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Card out a throw. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Trying to improvise. And Cook has it, left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 49 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here and he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, Tuesday.
Operating from the gun. Ryan escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Okay, it was 4th down, but you still had time here in the 4th quarter. Instead, they make the decision to go for it on their own side of the field, and this ball winds up getting intercepted.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He completes it to Nelson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
618.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
694. You got 56 there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're running right through it. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
734.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Back to throw. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. but I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He'll look to throw. And guy's man complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll look to throw. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got Sanu. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Hey, you got your 1st down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Ryan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 24 all. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Carr now on 1st down. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Monday down. Later two. OP.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Later 9. 29.
From midfield, here's Carr. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my number 1 play with my number 1 runner over my number 1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down.
Get down. 180. 618.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everybody.
a feed up what you think of.